You are Beyoncé.
And
I think people are so brainwashed. You get up in the morning, you click on the computer, you see all these pictures, and it's all you think of is the picture and the image that you see all day, every day, and you don't see the human form. And I think when Nina Simone put out music, you loved her voice. That's what she wanted you to love. That was her instrument. But you didn't get brainwashed by her day-to-day life and what her child is wearing and who she's dating and, all the things that really, it's not your business.
When we think of Beyoncé, the words icon, legend, and queen come to mind. With a career spanning over 2 decades, she has become one of the most influential and successful artists in the world. From her early days as the frontwoman of Destiny's Child to her evolution into a solo superstar, Beyoncé's achievements are nothing short of extraordinary. She has won 32 Grammy Awards, sold over 200 million records worldwide, and revolutionized the music industry with her surprise album releases. Yet, despite her immense fame, Beyoncé remains one of the most enigmatic figures in the entertainment world. How has she managed to maintain this mystery while building an empire that commands global respect and admiration? The answer lies in the power of silence. So, in this video, we'll delve into how Beyoncé uses silence to build her empire, the impact it has on her brand, and the delicate line she treads between allure and accessibility. In the early 2000s, Beyoncé was a household name thanks to her role as the lead singer of Destiny's Child. The group's catchy hits, powerful performances, and dynamic presence established Beyoncé as a rising star in the music industry. However, it was Beyoncé's decision to transition from a successful group member to a solo artist that marked the beginning of her strategic use of silence. The release of Destiny's Child's final studio album, Destiny Fulfilled, in 2004 was a significant moment. While the group was riding high, Beyoncé was already preparing to take the next step in her career. She had begun to lay the groundwork for her solo debut, which would ultimately redefine her public image. Beyoncé's debut solo album, Dangerously in Love, was released in 2003. The album was an immediate success, showcasing her vocal prowess and versatility. Yet, even as she soared to new heights of fame, Beyoncé began to cultivate an increasingly private persona. This shift was intentional, designed to build intrigue and maintain control over her image. In her early solo interviews, Beyoncé was still open and engaging, sharing details about her life and career. However, as she gained more control over her brand, she became more reserved. This strategic move allowed her to focus on her music, craft, and her public narrative without the constant scrutiny of the media. Furthermore, the release of B-Day in 2006 and I Am Sasha Fierce in 2008 marked a new phase in Beyoncé's career. These albums were accompanied by high-profile performances and promotions, but even as she engaged with fans, she maintained a careful balance. She was becoming a master of managing her public presence, giving fans just enough to stay captivated while keeping much of her personal life and creative process shrouded in mystery. The Single Ladies music video became an iconic moment in pop culture, but Beyoncé's ability to maintain her mystery was equally powerful. While she dominated the charts, her personal life was rarely on display. This deliberate distance allowed her to build an air of intrigue around her persona, ensuring that her public appearances were eventful and impactful. Beyoncé's approach to silence was also evident in her selective public appearances. She began to choose her moments of visibility carefully, making each appearance a major moment. Whether it was a jaw-dropping performance or a rare interview, every interaction with the public was carefully orchestrated to maximize impact and maintain her mystery. By the time of the 2014 Met Gala, Beyoncé had become master of controlled visibility. Her rare and high curated appearances, such as her Met Gala red carpet moments, were strategically planned to align with her brand's image. She would often make headlines with her fashion choices and performances, but her personal commentary remained sparse, allowing her to stay a step ahead of the media. By choosing when and how to reveal these aspects of her life, she maintains a sense of control and keeps the focus on her work rather than on her personal accolades. The shift to silence was not merely about becoming less visible, it was about becoming more impactful when she did choose to engage. Beyoncé's strategic use of silence has allowed her to craft a compelling narrative, build a powerful brand, and maintain a sense of mystery that keeps the world captivated. Her journey from a beloved girl group member to a global superstar is a testament to the power of carefully managed public presence and the art of mystery. One of the most groundbreaking moments of Beyoncé's career came in December 2013 with the surprise release of her self-titled visual album, Beyoncé. The album was an unprecedented move in the music industry, dropping without any prior announcement, singles, or even a hint of what was to come. This bold strategy not only shocked the world, but also set a new standard for how music can be released and consumed. Leading up to the release, Beyoncé had been relatively quiet. She was actively working on her music, but the public had no idea. There were no leaks, no teasers, just Beyoncé quietly crafting an album that would become a game changer. When she finally released it, it was accompanied by a visually stunning and immersive experience. Each song came with its own music video, creating a cohesive narrative that was both personal and artistic. The reaction, of course, was explosive. Social media erupted with shock and excitement as fans and critics alike scrambled to process and analyze the content. The album's surprise nature created an immediate buzz, turning it into a global event. The strategy paid off. Beyoncé debuted at #1 on the Billboard 200 and was praised for its innovative approach and artistic depth. Tracks like Drunken Love, Partition, and Pretty Hurts were accompanied by striking visuals that added layers of meaning and context. The videos were not just promotional tools, they were integral to the album's narrative. Beyoncé used this approach to make each song a part of a larger story, enhancing the impact of her music and creating a more intimate connection with her audience. Furthermore, Beyoncé repeated this strategy in 2016 with the release of Lemonade. Again, she abstained from traditional promotion. The album was released as an HBO visual album special with little to no prior warning. It was a powerful and personal work delving into themes of infidelity, identity, and empowerment. The surprise release allowed Beyoncé to control the narrative around the album, ensuring that her message was heard directly through her art rather than being diluted by pre-release speculation. Lemonade was met with widespread acclaim, not only for its musical and lyrical content, but also for its bold storytelling. Beyoncé's decision to present the album as a surprise event amplified its impact, sparking conversations and analysis around its themes and personal significance. The visual and thematic elements of Lemonade were deeply intertwined, creating a powerful experience that resonated on multiple levels. The surprise release tactic became a hallmark of Beyoncé's approach. It wasn't just about keeping the audience on their toes, it was about controlling the experience and narrative. Whether it was the politically charged Formation Superbowl Performance or the visually stunning Black is King, Beyoncé's ability to surprise and engage her audience has become a defining feature of her brand. By choosing to release her work without advance notice, Beyoncé maximizes the impact of her art and keeps the public constantly guessing. This approach ensures that her work is consumed in the way she intended, with no distractions or preconceived notions. The element of surprise not only keeps her audience engaged, but also reinforces her position as a leader in the industry. Through these surprise releases, Beyoncé has demonstrated a profound understanding of how to harness the power of anticipation and mystery. She has shown that in a world saturated with information and expectations, a well-timed silence can create a powerful statement, making her work not just heard but felt on a deeper level. Beyoncé's silence extends beyond her music releases. Over the years, she has become increasingly selective about her public appearances and interviews. When she does speak, every word is deliberate, every action calculated. This level of control has allowed her to navigate scandals, controversies, and rumors without them defining her. For example, the elevator incident in 2014, the footage of Solange, Beyoncé's sister, confronting Jay-Z in an elevator was leaked to the public. The incident quickly became the subject of intense media scrutiny. Speculations ran rampant about the reasons behind the altercation and its implications for Beyoncé's marriage. Despite the frenzy, Beyoncé maintained a strategic silence. She made no public statements addressing the incident. Instead, she released a statement urging privacy for her family and focus on her music and upcoming projects. Then came the release of Flawless Remix, where Beyoncé subtly addressed the incident through her music. The remix featuring Nicki Minaj included powerful lines about empowerment and overcoming adversity. The song became a statement of resilience and control, diverting the narrative away from personal drama and back to her artistic vision. By addressing the situation in her own terms through her music, Beyoncé managed to shift the conversation and regain control over her public image. Moreover, the Lemonade era in 2016 further exemplified Beyoncé's mastery of narrative control. The visual album was released with minimal prior promotion and was filled with raw emotional content that hinted at marital issues. The project became a cultural phenomenon, sparking intense speculation about Beyoncé's marriage to Jay-Z. Despite the flood of rumors and interpretations, Beyoncé rarely spoke directly about the album's content or her personal life. Instead, she allowed the art to speak for itself. Lemonade was more than just an album, it was a deliberate piece of storytelling. Beyoncé's strategic silence allowed fans and critics alike to immerse themselves in the narrative, drawing their own conclusions about the personal and political themes presented. This approach not only elevated the album's impact, but also ensured that Beyoncé's private life remained private, while still engaging the public through her creative expression. In the same vein, Beyoncé's Formation performance at the 2016 Super Bowl was a bold statement on race and identity. The performance included imagery and themes related to the Black Lives Matter movement and historical struggles of African Americans. Beyoncé did not follow up with extensive media tours or interviews about the performance. Instead, she left the powerful imagery and message to resonate on their own. This strategic use of silence amplified the impact of her message and maintained its power as a standalone statement. Furthermore, Beyoncé's interviews are another testament to her controlled narrative. When she does choose to speak, her comments are often carefully measured. For instance, her interview with Vogue in 2018 was notable for its candid yet controlled revelations about her life, but it was still heavily edited and curated. This approach allows Beyoncé to maintain an element of mystic while still providing enough insight to engage her audience. It's through the these carefully controlled interactions, Beyoncé has built a reputation for being both highly influential and remarkably private. This strategy not only helps her avoid the pitfalls of overexposure, but also allows her to craft a narrative that is both compelling and highly curated. Her ability to remain enigmatic while still engaging with her audience through her art is a key component of her enduring success. In retrospect, Beyoncé's power lies in her ability to navigate the complexities of fame with a deft hand. Her controlled silence and strategic communication have allowed her to craft a persona that is both captivating and elusive. By choosing when and how to speak, she ensures that her image remains powerful and her brand stays intact. While Beyoncé's silence has undoubtedly been a powerful tool to building her empire, it's not without its complications. Her strategic use of mystery can sometimes lead to unintended consequences, especially when it comes to her various brands. The fine line she treads between maintaining allure and facing public scrutiny is evident in the latest ventures of her empire. For example, the hair care brand Cécred and the whiskey brand Sir Davis. Before we talk about those, let's start with Ivy Park, which was her first venture into the Beyoncé brand. Beyoncé's activewear line launch in collaboration with Adidas has been one of her most successful ventures. The brand's exclusivity and high fashion appeal align perfectly with her mysterious persona. However, this same approach has led to issues. Ivy Park has faced multiple delays and supply chain problems, and Beyoncé's limited communication regarding these issues has sometimes frustrated consumers. The silence around these delays while keeping the brand's mystery intact can lead to negative consumer experiences and impact the brand's reputation. This pattern of limited communication was also evident with the launch of her new hair care brand, Cécred.
I'm going to say it since nobody else will say it. People are not mad that Beyoncé released a hair care line. People are confused. If we have to get on Google and go to the archives to find 5 pictures of Beyoncé wearing her real hair out, of course we're going to be confused as to why she's putting out a hair care line. It's not that people don't believe she has long hair, but if every time you get your hair washed and cared for, it's by somebody else and then it's just braided back up to put a wig back on, why would I listen to you when it comes to hair care?
Announced with much anticipation, Cécred promised to revolutionize the hair care industry with a range of products designed by Beyoncé herself. The brand's initial launch created a buzz, but as with Ivy Park, Beyoncé's team has been relatively quiet about product updates, availability, and any issues faced. This approach creates a sense of exclusivity, but can also leave consumers feeling in the dark about the brand's progress and future plans. The same pattern is observed with Beyoncé's new whiskey brand, Sir Davis. Launched to much fanfare, Sir Davis is a premium whiskey that reflects Beyoncé's personal taste and style. There was a lot of backlash on TikTok. Many people were saying that Beyoncé only posts when she needs money.
Hey, happy birthday, queen. We love you. We love you. Be high strong. Happy birthday. I don't give a fuck. Buy my whiskey. No, girl, stop trying to sell us something. Like, it's your birthday. Turn up. Happy birthday. What you gonna do for your birthday? Sir Davis, out now. The future of whiskey. Buy it online. Beyonce.com. This bitch.
Which I agree and disagree. First of all, she doesn't need money, she's Beyoncé. But at the same time, she rarely posts, and when she does, it's about a brand or a new product launch or a promotion for her brands, which can create a disconnect between her and her audience. So I kinda agree. The brand's limited public visibility and the sparse details about its production process and availability can create confusion among potential consumers. consumers. Now, of course, this is a new brand. I know in the future there's gonna be a lot more details and information, but while the secrecy can add to the brand's allure, it can also hinder consumer engagement and lead to questions about its authenticity and commitment. In these cases, Beyoncé's silence about her brand's challenges and updates can be seen as a double-edged sword. While it maintains the brand's mystery, it can also lead to public frustration when consumers feel they are not kept informed. The lack of transparency can undermine trust and affect the brand's long-term success. For instance, the mystery surrounding product availability or potential issues can prompt negative feedback, which over time can overshadow the initial excitement and positive reception. In retrospect, her silence, while often strategic, can also create a gap between the brand and its audience. In today's market, where transparency and authenticity are highly valued, this approach can be risky. Consumers increasingly expect brands to be open and communicative, and when they perceive a lack of engagement, it can impact their loyalty and trust. As we have explored, Beyoncé's strategic use of silence and mystery has been instrumental in shaping her formidable empire. From surprise album drops to controlled public appearances, her ability to maintain an air of intrigue has allowed her to command attention and build an incredible brand. This calculated silence creates a powerful narrative that captivates her audience and keeps her influence intact. However, this approach is not without its risk. While silence can amplify allure and control, it can also lead to misunderstanding and frustrations, particularly when consumers feel left in the dark about brand developments. In an era that increasingly values transparency, finding the right balance between mystery and openness is crucial. Ultimately, Beyoncé's mastery of silence demonstrates both the power and the pitfalls of managing a public persona in the spotlight. Her journey reflects a delicate dance between maintaining an enigmatic image and addressing the demands of a connected audience. That's it for today's video. Thank you everyone for joining me on this exploration of Beyoncé's empire. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more deep dives into the world of celebrity influence. Please share your thoughts in the comments. Do you think Beyoncé's mystery benefits or harms her brands? And with that being said, thank you for being here. Thank you for watching, and I'll talk to you very, very soon.